Hey there, Amy Parker here from Parker House Designs. Back today with another video for my fellow small business owners for when we are still pretty much under stay-at-home orders and just using this time that we have to be building our pipelines and be sharing information that sometimes we don't have the time to sit down and provide to our potential clients and our business partners. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about social media posting, specifically on Facebook. In my last video, I was talking about setting up a business page and making sure you have kind of the details of it pulled together. Today I want to talk about creating the content for that. And it doesn't have to be really crazy stuff that takes forever. So I'm going to break it down a little bit today to try to help it feel a little less daunting and give you kind of a sample schedule, because that's what's really important. If you're able to set up a list of what you want to say and then schedule it, that's ideal. That makes life a whole lot easier for you. And you can post maybe one day a week. You can schedule everything. And then as you're off, doing your work, going to your drive up closings, while you're talking to people on Zoom to do your listing presentations, for my colleagues, for all of us that are doing virtual appointments, to give you that time to be doing those rather than be, toiling over our posts online. So I want you to think about a few things first. For all of us, we want to make sure that people get to know us through our Facebook pages. And that means being real, be who you are. Trying to be something that we're not is difficult, and it really does come across. I think people get that. You'll just want to be as, the word of the day is authentic. Just be who you are. And as you do maybe more videos and do more posting, you get more comfortable as you go along. I can attest to that. It gets a little easier as time goes on, and I still have things that I want to improve upon, but just get started rather than holding yourself up. Just throw things out there and improve as you go. You want to be engaging, meaning put information out there and ask for people's feedback. Ask what people are thinking, see where they're coming from, because from that information, it helps you to move forward with new ideas as you progress in the process. Ideally, all of us are trying to gain a bigger audience because we want to share the information. We want to reach out to our potential clients, and to do that, it's a process. So know that this is a long-term relationship building process when we're using social media in any format. But Facebook is a great one. A lot of people are on it. And they look at it, like I said, I think in the last video, they see Facebook now is the new phone book. So it's good to put yourself out there, and now you can add even more than just a little ad about who you are, which is great. You want to make sure that you're trying to post 2 to 3 times per day. The reason for that is that only a small portion of our followers, peeps, are seeing our information each time we post it. So the more you can do it, the better. And it gives some consistency as well, so that you're, constantly getting in front of the people that you want to be. The people that like and comment on our stuff are going to see it more often anyway. So that's great. The more we do that, the more we build that specialized audience that really wants to hear what we're talking about, which is great. So part of what people ask me about all the time is, so what do you put out there? For each of us, we have different businesses. So we can post about things that are happening in our industry as a whole. Educate people. People don't know what they don't know. So sharing what we can about what we do and who we are is great. some of the things that you offer, maybe your services. If you're a stager, your photographs. I love to see the background and what people are doing, and maybe how they're storing their product. It's just really interesting to get the kind of the backstory on what all of us are doing. So there's all kinds of ideas, but you can also pull content from other places. So we see it all the time, and I like to share a lot of posts for articles that I've read that are super interesting, that I think, you know what, hey, I got a lot of value out of this. I think my people might get, a lot of value out of this, my friends and family and colleagues. So I share things from places like bobvila.com, because not only do they have great articles, they have really awesome do-it-yourself things. I love working with people that are not afraid to do things on their own. They just need some ideas on how to move forward. So there's some really great content there, and from a valued source. So when you think about that, look at your valued resources and share. I think it's great to do that. Even sharing among your colleagues is great too. Anyone that's maybe a business partner. So if you're a real estate agent and you love your home inspector and they post a really great blog, share it. These are the things that people want to know about. And we're soaking up all kinds of information now. So share. When you create your own content, you can use different programs. Like, I'm trying to look at my list here. Easel, which is spelled EASIL, PicMonkey, and Adobe Spark. You can create special promotions. You can promote maybe a listing that you've just put out online. There's all different ways that you can promote your business, and lots of tools in order to do just that. So take a look online at some of those options too. The biggest part of posting anything is to share valuable, positive content with people, because that's what we're all looking for, especially now. Things that are helpful versus just all being about business. Because yes, we are trying to run businesses. We all get that. But the people we want to work with are much bigger than just the business. There are people out there who are trying to survive a pandemic. So if we can provide them some positive insights on maybe things like where they could go pick up takeout order tonight and help a small local business, to, where are their testing sites as more and more get set up around all of our states, regardless of where we are. Things that are helpful so that they don't have to go searching. One of the big things that I keep saying is, where can I get a mask? And being able to post some of that information is great. Our local community pages on Facebook have so much great information, and we can share from those typically, which is wonderful. So those are great avenues to check and ways to assist our neighbors and our friends and our potential clients, which happen to be both. It's all combined in one. So let's talk about a schedule. I'm just going to throw out like a sample. Obviously, you can make changes to this as you see fit. You may have like very different ideas based on what your business is, but let's take a look at some of the calendar ideas that I have used in the past. So number one, Marketing Monday. Make it kind of catchy if it's a thing that will be consistent, and it helps you to share information about your business. It could be local statistics. It could be how you're preparing for your day, things that you're planning to do. Maybe you're going to a closing today and you're excited because you've worked with a client for 6 months and they found their dream home. Let people know that, because that's all the cool stuff that we don't always get to see in the backstory of the life of a realtor or in the life of a stager. It's pretty cool to see that stuff. Even my small business owners out there that may not be in the real estate industry, tell us a little more about what you do. I'm kind of nosy, so I ask a lot of questions. So I tend to get the scoop from people, but you want to talk to those people that may not be so nosy and ask more questions. Kind of throw it out there and post what you can, and I'll throw those questions out there to give you even more to talk about. See? Tuesday, highlight another local small business. And like I said, that could be anything from a small shop that's still working under all of our conditions. I know a lot of people who have jumped online and they're doing curbside service, even small town business owners. And I'm so impressed and so want them to succeed. So I'm going to post that all day long. So those are great things to look for. Wednesdays, you could do what's happening about town. And sometimes, like in times when we're not in shelter in place, there's so many things going on. Like we'd be looking at Memorial Day parades and things like that. And those are great examples of what we could share. But right now, look into the things that really inspire you. So there are online classes that local places are offering. And just yesterday, my daughter and my husband signed up for virtual 5Ks. This is awesome. That running community, and it's throughout the country. So in your state, in your local area, you can find groups that are supporting their hobbies in this way. So they're doing a virtual 5K. They have to run a certain amount by the end of a timeline. So I think it's by the end of the weekend. There was one specific one that they're doing. I love this. You can track it on your phone. You just hop on and it's free. I love that. So it's something that you can share too. So what's driving you and what things get you jazzed up? And if you're excited about it, others may be as well. So share away, and that builds those other communities as well, which I think is awesome. Thursday is a great time for testimonials. So if you work with people and you have a great experience and you want to share that, share those testimonials. Sometimes we have them already. If you don't, though, this might be a good time to ask for someone who you've worked with that has had a great experience to share that with you. And right now, I've been able to build a Google page that I didn't have in the past. So now I can invite people to do a Google review or come onto my new Facebook page or my growing Facebook page and add a review, because that just speaks volumes for people. I don't know about you, but I really look into the reviews of any business that I'm thinking about working with. Obviously, taking all that review information with a grain of salt. Finding somewhere, there are degrees of reviews. And, I try to find that happy medium where, okay, I get a good sense for what the business is all about. So look into that. Ask your people, ask your previous clients to share. And that's great for all of us too, so that we get a chance to know a little bit more about you through a different set of eyes. And it helps people to make a decision to work with you, which is great. The last thing on Fridays, you could create it as a do-it-yourself page and find something that you think would make sense in the spring as people are maybe planting gardens. Is there some kind of trick, a fun tip that we could share? Ways to get rid of weeds without using nasty chemical-filled pesticides. I have seen over and over that there's a combination of like Dawn liquid soap and vinegar, water, and something else. But it's all natural things that usually are right in your kitchen that you can pull together and create things that aren't going to be negative impact to your yard and to the wildlife that we all are seeming to appreciate more and more. The last note that I want to make about your presence on Facebook is that as you create this, say, schedule that you put out, give it a couple weeks and then take a look at the insights that are right on your Facebook page up on it's in the top left, I think. You can take a look at who's actually looking at your stuff, your content. What time are they looking at it? And then that gives you an idea of maybe how to tweak your scheduling. If you're finding that the majority of the people that you're really trying to reach out to are on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then get the meatiest post that you have for the day and put it out at that time. That way you're going to reach even more people, and you'll get more traction, and hopefully continue building your audience of the people that you really want in front of you. So these are just some of the tips and ideas that I have for today, and I'll be back with another video in the probably next week. So keep an eye out for that next Wednesday, because I have Wednesday wisdom videos. And I'll share some more information with you. Please share any questions that you may have in the comments below too, and that might give me an idea of what I could cover in a future video. Did you see what I did there? Anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll be back to see you soon.